Yes, people, welcome back to the Graft Kings podcast. We're in Moo Moo's, Kent's hottest nightclub, like always. And today we're going to be talking about how to be confident in 2024. But guys, before we get into it, if you've got any tips or tricks yourself, get into our comment section, load it up, and let everyone know.
Facts.
Bang.
Nice. Yeah.
Fair play to you, man.
Fair play to you, man.
Thank you.
So is that it now?
What do you mean?
Like, are you not going to speak for the rest of the pod?
No. Well, these comments, mate.
Have you reached
How
your
to
word
be
count?
confident 2024, speak more on pod.
You know when you reach your word count when you're doing a fill in the box.
I don't need to do any more.
That's it, I'm done.
You know what the worst thing is? I speak a fair bit now and people still just take the piss. Like,
You know what you need to do more?
Go on.
Talk.
I think talk, but you need to be the one to initiate it, as in like go off on a ramble and then let us intervene. You don't do enough of that. That's just my way.
Okay.
I think of the.
I'll
thing
start
of that.
rambling a bit more then.
You should.
Okay.
You got a lot to say off pod.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And when you were
I'm saying that in like a nice way, by the way.
Yeah,
like
no,
you've got a
yeah.
lot to say on that.
Yeah.
Can you sort your mic out?
What's wrong
Can you
with
just
it?
have it like down here a bit?
Let's go on.
Like mine. Yeah.
Huh?
You've only been doing it a year and a half. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about
Don't worry about it,
Still
mate.
got your stabilisers on. It's okay. No worries.
It's all good, innit?
Yeah. Confidence tips.
Mm-hmm.
We're going straight into it, yeah.
Well, the reason why we come across this topic in the first place is purely because in the right side, me and the boys have these meetings with our community each week on a Thursday. And a lot of the boys have been asking us, boys, we want a lot of topics around confidence. We've got courses for these boys in there. We've got loads of like, different modules and stuff that they can follow and do training on and stuff. And one of the things they wanted us to talk about is confidence. And I said, look, you know what? We'll do a whole pod on it. So boys in the right side, this is for you. If you're not part of the right side already, join up now. It's www.jointherightside.com and you can be part of one of the sickest growing communities on the planet. Anyway, so, right, how to be confident. What would you say? Has everyone here, I know you haven't, but has everyone here always been confident? Because I have, since a kid.
I've always been confident, but I think there's been certain maybe scenarios where I haven't been, but just still winged it.
Right, okay. So as a whole, is your personality, I'm an extrovert.
Yeah,
You're an extrovert.
I would say so.
You're an introvert, right?
You know what? I think I'm an introvert, but I'm extroverted around people that either I like or I'm familiar with.
Yeah, okay. That's I've never heard anyone say that before.
Do you know how they say you can figure out if you're an introvert or an extrovert? You know, when you've been in a social setting or situation, like let's just say you've been out and about mingling, when you go home, do you feel like, oh, like it's like a weight off my shoulders? Or do you feel like, oh, like, you know, I doing that, like that was quite cool? I know it depends on that scenario.
I've never felt any weight on my shoulders after a night out.
Like, you know, when you just go, oh, I'm just happy to be like by myself now. Like, oh, fuck me, like a bit of peace and quiet.
People say that. I see a lot of people say that online. They say, "Oh, my social battery ran out." I've never experienced that. I don't really have a. I'm either plugged in full time. Like I don't ever run out of battery. I'm hardwired. I don't
See, it depends how
who
you
you're
view
with.
it. Because you know, like when us living together in Bali, I love the fact we're gonna do that and be like together all the time so we can grow. But I'm gonna need my time where I do shit by myself as well.
Yeah, of course.
I love being by myself.
So do I. I love being by myself. I like going gym by myself. I like going
Errands,
for food by
all of this.
myself. Bro, going shopping.
Error.
Going like to do my weekly shop on my own.
I enjoy it.
I find so much peace in that. And then go for a coffee after. I have a
yeah,
coffee.
yeah,
I didn't know it before, to be honest. Or I'll go get my car cleaned, then go for a coffee.
Just all of that,
Go to
yeah.
the gym, then I'm going to get my food shop. And I'm on my own, and I love it.
What did I say to you when I eat? Like, is it weird that I like spending time by myself and watching stuff and just chilling? No, because
I love that.
I find peace in it.
Yeah, brother. Do you know what I still do? I go home, get some food. This is normally the only time I really watch TV, because I don't watch TV actually ever, really, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the only time I allow myself to watch TV is when I'm eating dinner.
It's background noise, though,
Yeah,
really, isn't it?
but I'll put Dragon Ball Z on.
Yeah, I see.
I literally put Dragon Ball Z on, eat my dinner, and it's like a 30-minute episode. As soon as I finish my dinner, finish the episode, I go up and crack on with my tasks for
decent.
the evening or for the day. So yeah, I don't know how we got to that, but we're talking about alone time.
But do you know what? That's actually a very, very good way to grow your confidence. It's by spending time by yourself, because when you're by yourself, there's no background noise, there's no one saying anything. You are in your own thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? In your own thoughts, it's like, that's when you have to say to yourself, like, who am I? What am I about? That conversations you have with yourself are the most brutal, if you can think about it. Sometimes that voice in your head could really like kind of mess with this man's brain. Like sometimes I get a bit like that. And when I put myself in a social situation, then I kind of block that out. But if you know who you are truly, like when you are by yourself and you're content, like by yourself, I think that's a massive way to grow your confidence, because you are in your own thoughts. There's no one there to kind of influence you or like, take over your thoughts. Like you are in charge of your own thoughts, bruv.
Yeah, facts.
It's actually a very powerful place to be if you are content by yourself in your mind.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Being by yourself is powerful
100%.
because then you don't rely on anyone else for your happiness
There you go.
or anything.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself talking to yourself?
All the time. They say most cleverest people speak to themselves.
But I caught myself the other day. I was in the shopping centre and I was buying myself some kiwis. Now I know how to eat kiwis with the skin
Yeah.
on. I eat the whole kiwi now. I never used to do that. I eat the whole kiwi.
Right.
And I was talking to myself, going, "Oh, I bet they're coming." Yeah. I was going, "Oh, I bet I was going to myself, I bet I can't get some tissue because it's going to spill everywhere and I'm going to make a mess on the floor." And I was talking to myself, and I caught myself talking to myself, and I was like,
Yeah, that theory can't be right then if you're talking to yourself.
But the point of the matter is I thought I was like, and then I caught myself talking to myself. I was like, am I being a weirdo talking to myself? So
No, I don't think that's weird
Depends
at all.
how loudly, bro. If you start waffling to yourself.
Do you never
like-
pep talk to yourself? I
Yeah,
do it
but not, like, in
sometimes.
public. I ain't trying
I
to
was
make
having a
it like
word
a
with
madman.
myself, like fuming at myself once in the car. Going,
Yeah, yourself, yeah, but not like in public.
no, I was talking out loud in the car to myself.
Yeah, that's calm, but I'm saying you can go and test.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I do that, bro. In the car, shouting at myself, going, "Fucking idiot! What are you playing at?" Yeah. I do that all the time, bro. What the fuck? It's so weird. Is that weird?
I don't
Nah,
know.
I'd
Some
say that-
people
I'd
might
say
think.
that's
Oh, run it
normal.
up, guys. Is that weird? Do you guys do it? Yes or no?
Yeah, let us know in the
I don't
comments.
give a care.
I couldn't. I go in Tesco and start talking to myself. Yeah, I'm a lachoy. Yeah.
People in Turkey do that though. Innit? You just catch them just waffle to themselves. And I'm like, fair play. At
Yeah.
least someone's talking to you.
People are built different there, though, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone's confident there, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think
my
that is?
God, the kids there, bro. They
Yeah.
talk to you like they'll talk to you, and like, there's a big difference when you're like conversing with like a young child there, bro. They talk to you like a adult. It's mental.
But I think that comes down to culture as well, like
Yeah.
upbringing, and you're forced to live a certain way when you're in some of these countries. You're forced to grow up. So you're not allowed to be an introvert. You have to be out there because you've got no other option. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same with the people in Morocco. You never really see introverts in Morocco. Well, my experience from Morocco, like everyone's kind of like they have to be like the women might be introverted, but the men there is no. I don't ever see introverted people out there.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Some of their livings like rely on talking to people in the street.
Yeah, it has to be
hustling and
all
selling. And do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I feel like
Especially service-based industries as well. Like
Yeah.
our cultures are heavily into that.
yeah.
So I suppose the more you're exposed to being around people and being in those environments, the more confident you'll be.
I feel like a lot of people are unconfident now. Is that a word? Unconfident? It is.
I'm confident.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. 'Cause the more social situations you're in, the more confident you are. The less you're out of it, the less you are. So
Yeah, cool.
let's just say some people that kind of work from home that are all online tech.
I was going to go into this.
all into tech, like very smart, intelligent people, all on like code and all of that stuff online. Some of them are very introverted and they don't like being around people.
I'm just seeing if unconfident is a word. It is.
Unconfident, yeah.
Unconfident. I don't know why it just didn't sound right coming out my mouth. I reckon a lot of people are unconfident now is because most people are is the word mollycoddled? When they're like bubble wrapped and they don't really leave their work setting or their own friendship group and they don't really venture out much, or they sit indoors all day or sit behind a screen all day. And you get a lot of these men supposedly soy boy men up London who like you know them little slimy men, they're proper left wing men. You like
Always built proper slimming though.
all double vaccinated. You know them ones, like, you know the ones I'm
vaccinated.
talking about, like
Yeah.
proper soy boys, the ones you see in your comments backing girls and that, like
Yeah. Like body count does matter. Like,
Yeah,
well, it doesn't matter.
Like that guy did
Yeah.
about the Dubai reel he dropped.
but like proper soy boys, and like you just slap them, they'd have a proper red mark on their face because they're just so white. Do you know what I'm saying? Them ones.
So
But you know that they're so white that they don't go out in the sun. They don't really.
piss him off in a sec.
They don't really do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like that proper sort of not built, don't go
Yeah.
gym, and they're like proper. What's he calling me? Like them type of people are the most unconfident people, and that's because they're just losers, and because they haven't left their environment, they don't like force themselves to do anything. Because there's a difference between being one of them guys and then just actually being unconfident, like because your self-esteem's a bit knocked. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm with you.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
two
yeah.
different branches of how you're being unconfident. There's the guys that like have got a bit lower self-esteem, don't really know how to talk to girls, want to go do all this stuff,
Yeah.
but haven't
But
really
don't
had
know
the
how
right opportunity or right environment to do it. And then you have got these other guys that have been blessed with the opportunity to go and do these things, but they're just little weird little soy boys.
But then how do they become the soy boy is the question.
Just because of probably their like surroundings and the things that they're exposed to.
Yeah, but then they don't know any better, so ignorance is bliss, isn't it?
Yeah, but there probably comes a point in every man's life when you look outside of it and you're like,
You
hold on
think
a minute.
so?
Do you know what I mean?
You think it should do, but I don't think it does. I don't think a lot of people
Maybe
wake
some
up and
people
smell that
some
coffee, bruv.
Stuck in their way, mate.
I don't think some people should be allowed to vote. I don't, bro. I look at people and I'm like, look at the state the country's in, and I'm thinking that's because these people are allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean but that's a fair thing, isn't it?
I know it's fair, but I mean, I'm not trying to say stop it. I'm just saying I just don't think some people should be allowed to. Like, I don't think some people should be allowed to breed, bruv. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
breed,
we had this
Breed, not breathe.
I was going to say
We've had this
oxygen thief.
conversation.
We was walking around. We was walking around shopping centre the other day, and we were saying that, weren't we?
Yeah, me and Merc were
Oxygen
walking.
thieves.
Where was we?
Blue water.
Was it Blue Water?
Yeah.
And it was Hitchin as well.
Yeah, Hitchin's a weird gaff, bro.
Yeah, it's so white.
Such
isn't
a
it?
strange
It's such
area.
a white gaff.
Mason love Hitchin, bro.
Yeah, bro. Hitchin's like no brown people, bro.
Me and you, well, us three are pissed.
And me and everyone was looking at us like, look, there's
Really?
tourists. Look, there's
Well, we got
tourists.
there and everything was
Taking
just
a picture
really
of you.
strange, bro. And then we went to the
Really?
shop and this person was probably like bogging us out. I was like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
and there's proper EDL people behind the counter and that, weren't there?
I'm dead. Didn't want to serve you.
I was like, have you got any snuds? He's like, what's that in, mate? I was like, I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna leave. But no, what I'm trying to get at
You're
is,
being put in that category as well. Yeah, hell, mate.
no, but what I'm trying to say is like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I lost my train of thought. What was we talking about?
Something about
oh yeah,
voting.
no. So, some people are allowed to breed, and I don't think some people should be allowed to vote because they're like, I feel like these people are so misinformed and they just believe anything. I know. Listen.
No, I was just going to say that you can't. How do you?
I know you can't
find a
You-
line.
No,
in the
there is no
balance?
line. There is no line. You have to just
I
allow
think
it to
voting's a
happen.
myth anyway, but that's a story for another day.
I don't get into conspiracies.
I'm just saying.
People love conspiracies. You know?
I think it's a myth.
What's a myth?
Just voting, bruv. It's all to their narrative. It's like they only have that whole system to make people believe that they have an input into
That's what
society
I think.
and
Yeah,
the way
that's true.
That's
the
what I
way
think
that
as
this
well.
government is structured. However, really and truly, if it goes out like the storyline that they want or like the way they want it to
come across.
come across, then they're gonna make
They
sure
pull it
everything
back,
that happens
yeah.
it doesn't. Like, if
I do believe that to a point.
I think that's the complete case.
think-
Unless people
Same
actually,
circus, different clown.
yeah, like I just think it's all
I
bollocks.
reckon they do look at the way that it shifts, though. You know how
Probably,
people, like,
but
vote?
they
I
do what they
reckon
want to,
they
bro.
monitor
I
it.
believe the frame is like this, but we can only see through a peephole. There's so much happening that we don't see, bro, behind the scenes.
Yeah, I do sort of agree with that.
And I reckon so much more was happening before social media. Now they can be exposed, and now people can, like before there was no room for exposure. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you'd only believe what you was told by the newspaper.
Yeah,
and
now
what
it's different. That's why you got a lot of people being woke and stuff now. But I just still think like they control it to their narrative always. Always control it to their narrative. And even when they get caught doing a madness, which they have done during those like 3-4 years that we had that madness, they just covered it up in however way they wanted to, and people just forget about it.
It's
Straight
so
away.
true.
That's what I find the maddest thing is like the people that continuously back these people to go, bruv, like it's there in black and white and you still choose to back it. Why? It's because, it's
true.
because you don't know how to fend for yourself. You don't know how to think for yourself.
That's it's so true.
Didn't
When
that
you
happen in America? When all them documents leaked and people just were like,
What with not Clinton, what's the
Hillary Clinton.
Hil-
Yeah.
Hillary.
documents linked, and people just like, oh,
Yeah, all the emails
Yeah.
got leaked. Yeah, and everyone just brushed under the carpet.
They just don't care. just don't
That's
care.
that's the society we live in. But the thing is, that's what is. We're going slightly off topic, but when you stay within that realm, that's the only thing you have to rely on, because you're basically relying on the government to sort your problems out.
Yeah.
You are. That is the same thing as having a job. When you've got a job, you rely on your wage to pay your bills, right? You rely on your job to pay for your living expenses and all that kind of stuff. Without your job, you don't really have much maneuver to do stuff, right? So you're all wage slave. It's the same thing when you vote for people in. You think the government's actually going to solve your problems. Oh,
Yeah,
they're,
yeah.
they're going to they're going to stop the mortgage thing and they're going to do this with the energy prices. So you are basically, if you Byron and I, we're all in this position as well currently. But what I'm trying to say is as long as you rely on them, you don't really have any room to maneuver. So you're hostage to whatever they tell you.
Yeah, facts.
All the time.
It is true, but some people just will never grow out that
I
mindset.
know.
It's whatever.
99% of people won't grow out that mindset.
yeah, go on then, Mace. How did you become confident?
I think I've always been confident, to be fair, bruv.
Why?
Don't know. Just grow up around older people. Growing up with older people, for you to be heard, you have to have a voice. Do you know what I mean? I had 3 very laddish older brothers. So for me to be heard, I had to have a voice. Otherwise, you'd get lost in translation.
You do see sometimes families are completely different. So I don't think that necessarily had 100% impact.
Sink or swim, no?
I sort of kind of get it though.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Like, you either become like them or you become the complete opposite to it.
Like, do you ever see like these families who've got like a proper hard dad, like he's a geezer, and then one of the son's a geezer, and then one of the
Soft.
one of the kids is or something. You're like,
I think that's a bit far extreme, but you could have just gone.
I've seen that.
The dad's a geezer.
I've
and
seen
the
that
kid is
happen.
soft.
I've seen that.
I think that's a better example. Man,
Should we block that word out?
can do.
Yeah, just
Let's
block-
go with soft.
Okay, let's go.
Like hard geezer. And the
I know
kid
you
is
lot
soft.
don't like when we block stuff out, but sometimes we've got to protect ourselves, and
Yeah,
I just speak without thinking
Out
sometimes.
of nowhere, I was like, "Excuse me."
I've seen that happen.
Yes, I know
that
you
was
have.
a real example.
But that's like a very extreme example. You need to go by like the example of what people can relate to.
right. Okay. Yeah.
No, you're
Relatable.
probably the best example here, mate.
Yeah, I know.
So why don't you actually talk about your journey? Because we haven't really spoke about it yet. So why don't you actually sit and talk about your journey as to where you were before to then
So
how you got to where you are now, and like what made that change?
yeah.
What made you want to change, and what did you then do to change?
All right. So I'll paint the picture. So I was an only child, which I think was probably, it didn't help being confident because I wasn't really exposed to a lot of people. Well, not people, but like dad was always at work. Mum was here and there everywhere. So I was always on my own. So I think that kind of put me back straight away. And then growing up as a kid, I just didn't really like, not get on with a lot of people, but I just didn't really want to converse with a lot of people. I was really fussy. And it was only when I moved to London, when I was like in this environment on my own, living on my own, I was like, I need to make friends. I just started kind of being social from there. But the best like advice I'd give is it accumulates. So you don't just become confident overnight. Like you go out and you speak to a few people, then you're like, all right, sweet. Then you do it again. Then you do it again. Then you get compliments of people, and then you meet new people, and then you get on with people, and it just keeps accumulating. And eventually it just kind of becomes like natural. And then for me, I was just like, right, this is sick. And I was just getting more and more confident. And I did certain things to my image where I was like, okay, now I'm getting girls as well. And then after that, it's just like, I don't even think about it. Like someone was like, go speak to that girl, I'll just go do it. Someone was like, go speak to them people over there, I'll just go do it. It was like 5 years ago, I wouldn't do it. So it's accumulation progress. You just have to keep like forcing yourself to do it. And then one day you just don't think about it.
Spot on.
Becomes the norm.
Yeah, like I just
Yeah.
don't think about it.
Becomes the norm, bro.
Yeah, I don't actually think about it. We're actually kind of an autopilot. We're a privilege to be like that as well. I think some people would love to be an autopilot.
They can be though.
They can be, of course. Anyone can be. We like Merck did. Merck's living proof of it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a secret about Merck. It's not even a secret anymore. Some of you probably already know, but people are watching for the first time. I know deep down when Merck like reached out to do the pod, because he reached out to me saying him and Ozzy wanted to do one, and me and Mason were planning to do one. I knew probably when I said yes and we actually met up for the first time, he thought actually happening. Because I reckon like you thought, oh my God, I actually have to go on this pod, I have to speak, it's going to be filmed, it's going to be edited, it's going to be on the internet forever.
Yeah.
Because I could see from your energy, I was thinking, he's in his depth here.
Yeah.
He's well out of his depth.
So out of my depth.
But what you did is you put yourself in an awkward situation, an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
And you just, fuck it, I have to make this work.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you another example. I went on a date with this girl, and this was like just when I was like starting to be a bit more confident, and the date went well, and she was like, do you want to come meet my friends? Like they were going out anyway. And like 2-3 years ago, I'd have been like, nah, I'm going home. And in my mind, I was just like, what's the worst that could happen? Ended up going to meet her friends and not getting on with her friends, then ended up seeing her again. And it was literally just, this was the first time I met this girl. She was like, should we just go out for some more drinks and meet my mates? And I was like, yeah. And even her mates were like, you've just met her now? And I was just like, yeah. And then she was just like, you sure you want to come? I was like, yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Like 2 years ago, I would have never done it. And I did it. And that probably like accumulated more confidence.
Yeah.
So little things like that where you think like, oh, should I go? Should I not just do it?
That's so mad that you deeped a situation like that, because in my brain, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even.
I wouldn't care.
This was years ago.
I know, but I'm saying,
that's his journey.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
his-
That's what I'm saying. Like, I take for granted the confidence because I
it's
can't.
normal to
Yeah, because
you.
it's normal to me. When I'm hearing him say this, I'm like, it doesn't even seem like a deep situation. But obviously, if he's saying that and he's now Mr. Confident, imagine how many other geezers out there are thinking the
feel the
same thing.
same, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But there's so many things people can do before they get that date to be able to do all of these things as well. It's all, like he said, it accumulates, isn't it? Like,
You need to fall in love with yourself. And that's a very hard task to do. And people will say, oh, I bet he loves himself and all this kind of stuff. Stay away from people, first of all, that speak like that, because that's a clear reflection of themselves. The reason why they're even making these little sly comments or saying, oh, you love yourself, or he loves himself too much, is probably because they don't love themselves at all. And the reason why you need to love yourself is before you can love anyone else, you need to before you can love anyone else, you need to learn to love yourself. And the reason why you need to do that is if you don't have inner peace with yourself and have confidence of how you feel and how you love, how do you expect anyone else to have that towards you, or even accept it or give it off as well? And the first steps to, I would say, is to love yourself is self-improvement, whether that's mentally or physically or both. Definitely both.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know this sounds like a one size fits all solution, which I always say to nearly everything is go to the fucking gym. Going to the gym nearly solved probably all of my problems. I'm not even joking. Like nearly every problem I had. Obviously, when it comes to financial stuff, I'm not saying, oh, go to the gym, you're in debt, go to the gym. But I'm saying like any kind of like problems I had with women, confidence, the way I felt myself, my energy levels, my sleep, clothes fitting me, everything, overall confidence, aura, whatever you want to call it. That all come from going to the gym and lifting weights.
You always got to be always well put together.
Yeah.
Imagine like when you look a certain way, you feel a certain way, so you act a certain way.
Yeah, facts.
It's like a dominoes effect almost. So going to the gym, you go because you feel like it physically makes you look better. Then you mentally feel better. You mentally feel better. It's going to make you more social. You're more social. You're more likely to bump into people. Then we grow. So it's all linked.
Domino effect.
It's all linked.
And when you go to the gym and you stay consistent within the gym, that is a transferable skill that you don't even recognize in real time. Because the fact that you've had the determination to show up every day, you've now gained results that you can't see instantly, and that only comes through a marathon of doing it. Like you don't go to the gym, and you do see some people go to the gym. They go, "Oh yeah, I've been to the gym today," and then it's their first gym session. They're like showing you their biceps that don't exist. But my point is like you don't see quick results off the gym. You don't. And it's a long game. And the fact that if you can keep going and keep showing up each day, even though you don't see instant results, that is a transferable skill that you can use in business, or you can use in relationships, or you can use it in different parts of your life. So the gym teaches you skills you don't even know you need until you're already too deep in.
Yeah.
And if you, the amount of people that say they're going to start to the gym and they go for like a week or 2 weeks and then they fall off, that happens in all different places of their life as well. All different parts of their life, they do the exact same thing. They start something and they give up. And that you see that through their relationships, you see that through their jobs, you see that through their businesses. And I'm not saying that's 100% all of the case. There's loads of successful people out there that don't go to the gym and are millionaires. But I'm saying that they're already confident because they wouldn't be in the position they were if they weren't confident. So if you're not confident and you're not going to the gym, you're doing yourself a disservice. I would say the first step to becoming a very confident man is going to the gym. And if you're already going to the gym, keep going to the gym. There is no end date. There is no expiry label. There is till the wheels fall off. That is how long you go to the gym for. Minimum 3 days a week. Minimum to see any real benefit of it. Improving your health, improving your eating, improving your sleep, up your water intake. All you do is see us boys drink on this pod. All we do is drink water all day. That is the main point, because once you've got a top that fits you. By the way, being in shape never goes out of fashion, ever. There's fashion trends all the time, but being in shape never goes out of fashion. So as long as you're in shape, you'll always have confidence. Facts?
Fair play.
Yeah, hit the nail on the head.
Sorry, I went off on a rant there, but
No,
No,
right.
you know what it is as well. Like, a lot of boys will link confidence to the way that they look, and the way that you look is not the be all and end all. Like if you're like presentable and you kind of look after yourself, a girl's gonna speak to you obviously, but if you want to keep that girl around, you need to bring some other type of like confidence. You can't just expect her to stick around because of the way that you look. Like yeah, you might get her attention, but then that's going to fall off. Do you know what I mean? Like your looks aren't going to carry a situationship or a relationship. So you can be confident in other areas. So it doesn't have to just be like, you can't just be like, oh, I don't look good. Okay, you might not look the best ever. Like there's people better looking than us, realistically.
Facts.
But
Loads of people.
we can always maintain a relationship like for a duration with someone. And that girl's not just with us because of the way that we look. Like there's obviously areas of confidence that we have, whether it's the way we talk or how we treat her, so she sticks around. So don't like just sit there and think, oh, I'm not the best looking guy. It doesn't matter. As long as you're presentable and you're clean and you look after yourself and she can see that, if you're confident in other areas, she's going to stick around because you're going to be like fun, you're going to do like cool stuff, and she's going to want to be a part of that. So don't just think because you're not like the best looking geezer in the world that you can't be confident.
There's a difference between attracting someone and attaining someone. Like a big difference. That's why like you see a lot of girls go, I went out with a guy who was really good looking, but there was at him. It's like the lights are on, but no one's at home.
Yeah,
it's like
facts.
a lot of good looking people depend their personality traits on the way they look.
Yeah.
So they forget to develop other areas of their life.
So true.
And think just because I look a certain way and I get that pretty privilege of people telling me I'm beautiful and I'm good looking, that they don't need any quality other skills. So technically, if you were actually a little bit ugly or like a little bit less attractive and you worked on yourself and you're actually good looking now because of XYZ, going to the gym and like obviously looking after yourself, you're going to be a much far better person than these people that are just born pretty because they're put on a pedestal. Therefore, they think they're the God's gift, but they don't really kind of smell their anyway.
Yeah, facts.
People in that situation can't smell their.
The amount of situations I've been in when I talk to girls, they're like, "Oh, this guy's a psycho," and he's a half good looking geezer. I'm like, and I'm not. Maybe I know of him. I'm like, well, he's weird. He's so weird. He's stalkerish. He won't leave me alone. I'm like, he doesn't need to be like
their
that.
phone and all
Yeah,
that.
and I'm like, he doesn't need to be like that. But like you said, he's probably because he's always maybe been that good looking geezer throughout school. Like, I wasn't good looking through school. I didn't get things in school.
I thought I was good looking, but I clearly
He
wasn't.
definitely wasn't. Well, no,
Cheers, bro. But I'd never believed that though. I always
same.
believe I was good looking.
Yeah, but same.
Mad.
Same. I used to think I looked good, and I look back and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, but I'm glad I felt like that.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'd rather
yeah.
like that than the opposite. End
Yeah,
of the
I agree.
spectrum.
I agree. I was popular in school as well, which helps.
I was like in betweenish, I suppose. I wasn't like I knew everyone, but I wasn't like so popular. But I wasn't like a loser. I was just like just a norm. Actually, that's a lie. I was popular. People knew I was. That's a lie. On yourselves. You lot don't know. I was the most popular kid in school.
Just lied. I wouldn't know.
You don't know me.
Yeah. A teacher.
Oh no. Fucking hell.
No, but yeah, it's facts. If you're already at a disadvantage of not being the best looking person, that should even give you more push to go and develop other areas.
Yeah.
One of the main things Merck said there that I want to like drill down on, which I think is very important, is hygiene, being clean. That's an easy task to comprehend, especially if you live in the West and you have shower. If you have a shower, you have no excuse really to not be clean. I think like one of the main things man can do is clean himself and groom himself.
Yeah.
Now people go, oh, you think you're pretty and stuff. No, I just like looking after myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I do get
Deodorant, is that Spanish?
Yeah, I know. I wear deodorant. I do face cream. I pluck my eyebrows. What girl wants to look at a geezer with a monobrow? I don't get them shaped or anything, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to turn up to a date and I've got like monobrow hairs
Yeah,
here.
some people are blessed not to have that.
Yeah,
fair
but some
play,
guys will go, "Oh, you do your eyebrows." I'm like, "Bro, I don't care what your opinion is on my eyebrows. Like, I'm doing it to groom myself so I don't look scruffy.
Yeah.
and I pour more things in you anyway.
If you care about someone else's opinions anyway, then there's like a deficiency in like what you believe
yeah,
about
yeah,
yourself.
facts.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you care too much for other people, and to be honest, like that's actually a great way to be confident. Is like you need to be able to make your own decisions. Like, don't be a people pleaser, because if you can't make decisions for yourself, you only believe something is a good idea unless someone tells you to do, and you talk yourself out of it. So like, unless like you kind of start getting into the mindset of like making your own decisions, you'll always kind of just be on like the back burner, on like the passenger seat of someone else's like scenario. Like, you need to make your own decisions, and even if it's the wrong decision to make, that's your decision. You've made that, so you're accountable. You can't blame anyone but yourself.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think a lot of people's dreams get killed because they listen to other people and they don't follow it because people tell them that's a bad idea or this, and they kind of take that so full on that they just give up on their dreams.
This pod wouldn't have been a thing if I listened to people.
That's what I'm saying, though.
We wouldn't have started the right side if we'd listened to other people.
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
done so much shit if I listen to people.
I'd rather
Nearly-
make the mistake and like done this and it not worked out and go, do you know what? Fine, like it's not worked out, but at least gave it a go.
Nearly every trip we've probably gone on. Like, there's nothing. Yeah, I don't listen to anyone ever really.
There's no point. I mean, you can take advice from people
Oh yeah,
that you...
advice is
like,
different.
yeah, so like people have mentors and people have their older brothers and sisters or family or friends, whoever it is, that they can speak to and take good advice from. But I've said to some previous pods, it's so crucial who you take your advice off, because A, they can kill your dreams, B, it might not be like the most right advice. Like I used to believe my dad had all the answers when it came to business, because he'd done so well for himself. But I didn't take into account the era that he was in, the knowledge that he knew or what he saw when he was growing up compared to like what I do. Like, he doesn't understand the whole social media game. He only knows a certain aspects of business. So I think it was only up to a certain level he could teach me. It wasn't until I started growing my network of people and my friends around me and being in the right rooms to go, like, there's so many other avenues to be able to do the things that I want to do or to get to the place I want to.
Well, good example of this. Them two boys we met recently up in Canary Wharf. Their advice when we was talking about tax and going to Dubai and stuff, I wouldn't have really listened to anyone unless I only take
We was all gobsmacked.
Yeah, but I only take advice from people that are more successful than me.
Yeah, of
if you're
course.
more successful than me, I will take your advice on board.
Depends on what you're taking advice on.
Yeah, of course, if they're in the same sector, which they are.
Yeah, so you're talking about from a business
Point of view, yeah. If someone's telling me business advice and they're successful in their field and they're in the same kind of path that I want to be, I will take your advice.
Yeah, it's mad because my brain's just gone to like in universities, like, and I know I don't want to sound
it's
like
facts. Say it,
I
facts,
don't want to sound like I'm regurgitating what I've seen, but it is from what I've seen online. The fact is that people go to university to pay 16, 20, 30 grand for the year, whatever the nowadays, to be taught a lesson from someone that hasn't even got a business themselves. They teach you the fundamentals, like the basics of what a business is, but they don't know they don't have a business themselves. So it's like, how am I listening to this person? Why am I paying you
for business studies
to tell me like how to run a business when you don't have one? You don't have a business.
And you see what car they're driving, you're like, what's going on here?
Go into a university parking lot and look at the cars, and are you inspired? No, you're not. So go find someone that inspires you and fucking find out what
I'm giving my money to you to teach me about
it.
something that I could pretty much get from online now, from other people that I'm well more qualified to give that. There are younger kids that are running 7-figure businesses off the back of throwing themselves in the deep end, learning things through YouTube. By the way, guys, YouTube is free. Everything you need is on there. Whatever it is you want to do, does not matter. How to clip your fucking toenails, how to get a nail out, how to grow a business, how to start a marketing company. Everything is right there. Like, people just go on social media and do that. Just swipe. Fair enough, we all do it, but you can use this for your benefit.
Facts.
Like, we are living, like Yo said this, in an era where like we are one of the most luckiest people to have this technology. Use it to your advantage. Don't become so brain dead sitting in front of your phones for hours scrolling. Like, you can do that, but what I'm trying to say is, if you want to become something, and I know everyone listening, 99.9% of you do, don't just say it. You can do it. Learn it. Like, you can learn anything you want to. It's your choice to make, no one else's.
This is a very powerful tool. It can ruin your life and it can make your life. Like, we run a whole company off these things.
I'm like this constantly, which I don't like, but at least we're doing productive shit.
Now it doesn't matter.
Like, we have our moments. Don't get me wrong, we're not perfect. We scroll and do our madness.
I scroll. We send memes to each other all the time.
All the time, but at the same time, we get it done. Everyone's got multiple businesses and things that they're involved with now, like mentoring. And all of us do coaching. I've got a business. He's got a business. He's other shit. Like, it's not easy. Like, it is not easy. If it was easy, everyone fucking doing it. So,
and we're still not where we want to be.
Still not where we want to be.
And we're still nowhere near where we want to be. There's like, do you know what someone said? Someone messaged me the other week, and I sent it to the Merc laughing. I was like, "This geezer, this is funny." I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the message. Of course, I'm not disrespecting the message at all. But someone said, "Bro, you've made it." And I'm like, only if you.
I mean, we're on
made it. No, we're not on the verge.
I like that people see that because that to me is a compliment, and
that's what I'm saying. I'll take the compliment. I take the compliment, but like.
Tip of the iceberg, bro. They don't see the rest.
Yeah, but we've got a pod where we talk about our real shit.
It's perspective as well. Like, to someone maybe not in this field, we might look like we made it, but for us in this field, we know what the top's like. So we know that we've not made it. But I guess from the outside looking in, you might think that. But
we don't. We don't ever like say that we've made it. Like, one of the main messages we need on every pod. Anyone who watches our pod knows we always say we haven't made it. We're not where we want to be, and we're still grafting all the time. But why do people? I know
why they say that. Because we're lucky enough to be in a position to be able to be working with something that we love and that we want to do. So the point is, wherever this goes, and I've said it, wherever heights it goes to, whatever lengths we grow this to, we are cherishing every single moment, every single day, every single hour, regardless of how hard it is. We was all saying, I've never been so fucking busy. There's not enough time in the day to get shit done. But we are actually experiencing something that lots of people in their lifetime doesn't, bruv.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of people in their lifetime do not figure out what they want to do. They don't know what they want to do. They're stuck in that hole that don't make it out of that. For you to be experiencing this very moment, to be able to do what you want to do, is a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
It's a fucking blessing in itself, regardless where it goes.
Facts.
And I think because people look at us and go, 4 guys, good looking, confident, they've got such an amazing setup, like they go everywhere, they party, they pull birds. To us, people look at that as successful anyway.
Yeah.
Success is like is subjective to the
facts
to the individual, right? We know where we want to go to. You're looking at it from a financial standpoint, but like I said, for us to be doing everything that we're doing in the space of time that we've done it, this is a success, bruv.
It's because we put so much pressure on ourselves because we know where we need to be, and we feel like, I think we haven't got the luxury of time on our side at the moment.
Good.
No, I love that. I reckon if we didn't have this like knife against our neck where we have time against us, we probably wouldn't be working as hard.
No.
I reckon we'd be very lazy. Not very lazy, but I mean, like, there would be no urgency.
Yeah.
There would be no urgency of what we're doing. Like,
I'll be honest.
if we was like 24, 25, we'd still be doing this, but I think it'd be very relaxed. We'd probably get lost in the party world more.
a little
Probably
bit.
get lost in the influencer world a bit more. And we probably wouldn't have... none of us would have as much bread as we do now. Not saying that we have loads of money at all. I'm not saying that. But like when you're younger, in your younger 20s, you don't have as much disposable income as you do when you get older. So like... I don't think we'd been able to even have this operation work.
And I also think on top of that, we would have been as relatable as we are to people if we wasn't the age that we're at.
Yeah.
Because the
probably.
fact of the matter is, like people in our community with the boys, that when we speak to them, I almost feel like I've got an obligation, and I know you lot too, is like, these are like my younger brothers almost, even if they're close to your age, because there's some boys in there that are older than us or like, or in their 30s. Like we have all, like, it's a very diverse group. But one of the boys said it on there and it hit me. It was like, I just see you like as my older brother. I feel like if we was in early 20s, I think us saying all of these life experiences, people would just be like, oh, shut up, mate. What do you know? You're only 20.
Like, you wouldn't really take advice, would you? Like,
You would be like, you're only 20. And one of us said it. Like, I think the fact that where we are and we're so relatable is because of the fact people look at us, whether we're successful or not, and some people think we're not, they'll look at us and go, I want to be somewhat in their position when I'm their age.
Yeah.
Hence why you can pass on your wisdom. That's what I think.
Yeah, I'm just deep.
And that's why I'm happy where we are, because I don't think I could have done this if I was a bit younger. Because I was like, as mature as I believed I wasn't, bro. I was like running around doing X, Y, Z. Like, I think everything has happened at the right time, but I don't think this is all a coincidence.
No,
I don't think this is all a
it's not.
coincidence.
It's not. This can't be a coincidence.
Not this much anyway.
No.
Boys, you know that we always want to look after you. We've recently just partnered up with Muoti. They're a brand new online fashion retailer, bringing you all the drip that you need this summer. This is just some of the tees that they've got. They're also bringing you your Dior, they're bringing you your Burberry, all the names that you need in order to look fresh this summer. Go to their website, type in Graft Kings in the promo code, and we'll give you 20% off every order. You're welcome.
I think another great way people can actually learn to become confident is not to take things too personally. Not to take things too personally.
Yeah, and I'm very good at giving this advice.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm not very good at taking that
Yeah.
advice. But that hasn't had any detriment on my confidence. I do.
It's a
What
great
it
way
does
to
do.
grow it.
What it
Because you
does
stop
do.
giving a fuck what people think.
I agree, and I clearly don't give a fuck what people think. But it does sometimes make me second guess stuff. Like it does. But thing is, the good thing about me is it makes me second guess it. But I never actually act on that second guess.
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah, most people do. So I'll see someone's there'll be like my YouTube, for example. Nearly all of our YouTubes, like our Graft Kings TV, Graft Kings podcast, and my personal channel, 99% good comments. I get one dodgy comment, and I dwell on it, and I'm like, why? Like I second guess it. Sometimes some people say personal stuff, but not like a personal attack at me, but like I don't know. They'll
Do
say
you know why you focus on the negative?
I think everyone's guilty of doing it.
Not
anyway.
everyone is, not just you, everyone is. It's because deep down, everyone wants to be loved and liked.
Yeah, of course.
That's what it is. Like, everyone wants to like be on the right side, not the left side. Everyone wants everyone to like them. You want to be loved. You want to be told X, Y, Z. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But the good thing about the negative comments is character building.
Yeah, of course.
It's character building. Like, the more you get these people telling you this type of stuff, and you teach yourself to not give what other people think about you, is the moment you will excel, because you just there's no limitations once you don't care about what people think.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the time, people will never reach the levels that they want to because they care too much what other people think about them. But these people's opinions, like, it should not matter to you, because they're not the ones that are going to put the bread on the table. They're not the ones that are they have a 2-minute opinion and that's it.
Yeah.
That's how you got to view it.
They are no ones. They're NPCs. That's the right word, right?
Yeah, NPCs are like the...
Yeah, non-playable character.
Yeah.
They're NPCs. These people are background noise. They mean nothing. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I sometimes look at the comment, I take it in for 2 seconds, dwell on it for maybe another 5, and then I off and crack on with my day. If I listen to every negative comment or anything negative someone said, I won't be doing anything. I won't be traveling. I wouldn't have friends like this. I wouldn't have a podcast. I wouldn't do fuck all. I would nothing. If I listened to every negative comment, nothing would happen. You'd literally just stay in your room, close the door, and turn the lights off. You might as well not do anything. If you listen to other people's opinions, you might as well just give up now.
I'll tell you a funny story about me. So I got booked for this photo shoot when I was a fair bit younger, and they took the photos. And at this time, I was oblivious to the hate that I was about to get. They run an ad on the photo, and I'm like a Facebook ad, and the photo's going pretty viral. All the comments are like, "He looks chubby. His hairline's fucked. He needs to get in the gym. How is this guy a model?" And I'm looking at these comments, and I'm just like
Eating you up.
eating me up. And then I kind of like looked at myself, and I was like, maybe I am. So like, I didn't take it to heart as in like I wasn't crying over it, but I kind of looked at it and I was like, maybe they've got a point. And then I went to the gym, got my hairline done, and got my teeth done, and I've just been smashing tens ever since.
Massive smashing.
Have you got the photo?
I could find it, bruv. Yeah, definitely.
Please find it.
It's
You don't,
so
you don't have to
funny.
show this.
I
Like,
look back at it now, and I agree with the hate. Like the hate was a bit uncalled for, but you put something online and you run an ad on it, it goes viral, then you're gonna get hate.
That's so funny. You should have a
did
look
me
at
a
the
favour.
profile of the people that are saying that as well, man.
Yeah, like it did me a favour. Like even though the people saying
Character building, that's what I just said.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
character
looking
building,
back,
bro.
it did me a favour. So
but some people wouldn't respond as well as you did. You obviously had some kind of tenacity in you that some people may lack, which I understand.
Most people.
Most people would lack. They wouldn't be able to bounce back from that. That would knock their confidence for 6, and they would literally be screwed probably for months, if not years after that. So the fact that you've managed to bounce back from that says a lot about you. But then you can take a leaf out of Merck's book. He used that as fuel. That lit a fire up under his arse, and it made him go sort himself out. Maybe there was some truth in the hate. So when like I do take, like I said, I second guess stuff. I do take stuff on board sometimes, but like I'm not going to take advice from anyone that's not where I want to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, the maddest thing is, bro, most people are like more invested into the thought of who they are than who they actually are. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Say that again.
They're more invested into the thought of who they are, so who they believe they are, than who they actually know they are. So you need to know who you are, not think I'm that person, because the problem with that is like, as soon as someone says something or something is said, you kind of go back into your show, you need to reaffirm it. You need that from yourself and from other people to tell me who I am. It's like, when you truly start working on yourself and you know who you are as a man or a woman, then there's nothing that someone can say, there's nothing that someone could do to make you rethink or reevaluate your life, because you know who the you are up until that point and what you've achieved and what you've done and what you've been through.
What if you're not that person yet, though?
If you're not that person, that's fine. Then you know there's work to be done.
Fine.
But then it's like understanding the process, understanding like, bro, but one of the like best things people can do is take accountability and know that they're not where they want to be, and take accountability for the fact that there's work to be done. That's a great place to be. Get fucking work. Stop building this GTA character online and go build yourself.
Yeah.
You know there's work to be done? Good. Get cracking. Can work on yourself. Whatever that may be in your life that you need to do, get to fucking work. Otherwise, there's no one to blame but yourself. Then who can sit there and judge you?
It's all your fault.
Who can judge you? No one. You're accountable for yourself 100% of the time.
But I was not addicted, but I used to absolutely love playing PlayStation. And one day I just woke up. There was no like reading a book, or there was no like watching a YouTube video that changed my mind. I just woke up one day and went, I need to stop playing that. Otherwise,
Good.
I'm not going to end up where I want to be.
Good.
March 2021 was the last time I turned my PS4 on. That's how long ago it was. PS5 wasn't even out then, I don't think. If it was, no, I don't think it was. Anyway, the point of the matter is, I woke up one day and went, if I keep playing that thing, which I loved playing, I'm not going to do anything else, because it literally robs you of time, because you just get lost in it. It's so much fun. You've got your boys in your headset, you're playing games. It's the most fun activity ever, in my opinion. I love playing PlayStation. And then I thought, I'm not gaining anything from this. I'm not streaming. I'm not making any money off it. I'm just being a loser in my bedroom playing PlayStation. So I just turned it off, and I've never looked back since. And don't get me wrong, there's sometimes I want to turn it on and I'm like, nope, not where I want to be yet. Nope, not where I want to be yet. Every time I go and play
You can get comfortable and put your feet up after you've done all
Yeah.
of that. But like you fucking mentioned a very important thing. You just said time.
Yeah.
You're never getting that back.
Nope.
That's the one thing in this world you're not getting back. That one commodity you are not getting back. Once those curtains closes, it's fucking done. The last thing you want to do is look back and go, what the f have I done with my life? You're not getting time back, bruv. You'll lose money. You'll make money. You'll have friends. You'll lose friends. You'll gain new ones. Like, there's going to be so many ups and downs and lefts and rights, but time ain't coming back, bruv.
Yeah, facts.
That's why I can't, like, for the life of me, like, understand when people don't want to at least try, bruv, to do something. At least die trying, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you got to battle it, bruv. You got to fight it. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't even know, like, what point this fire in my belly just came, because when I was younger, I didn't have it either. I thought I was entitled, like, to my dad's business and this lifestyle. I thought, yeah, I'm going to get all of this. But I didn't even think about it. Now I look at myself and I'm proud of me, bro. I'm like, fuck me. I know where I want to be. I know there's work to be done. And I'm doing what I love. So I'm proud of that. But, bruv, like, there's a fire in me. I'm like, this has to be done. Like, there's no other solution. Like we said, there's no plan B.
There is no plan
There's
B.
no plan B. It has to work.
This has to work. There is literally zero plan B. I don't have any contingencies.
I'm a dash and see. I'm hyped.
I have no contingencies. I have zero contingencies. This has to work. There's no going back now.
Adulting is hard, bruv.
Huh?
Adulting is hard, bruv.
What's hard?
Adulting.
I was saying that on live today. I was like, it'd be nice to go back to. I mean, and I'm saying.
No,
all
do you
this,
know
but-
what? I agree. Adult is hard, but I don't want to go back.
No, I wouldn't go back.
I wouldn't go back.
Like,
But
being
I
a
wish
kid-
I'd done more to set myself up now when I was younger.
Yeah, but would you be in this position now if you did that?
It might be in a better one.
Yeah, but what do you define as better?
Right.
Oh, wait. No, hear me out. I hear what you're saying, but better is subjective to what you think is better based on what you know, right? So say, for instance, you stayed within the corporate world and you never ventured into this world and you worked your way up the ranks, you become director and you're earning 125 grand a year, cushy job, but that's it. That's you. But because you've never been exposed to anything else, you're still programmed to believe, I've made it. This is it. Great. But now you've been exposed to other stuff. If I told you that scenario, you'd say it's your worst nightmare.
It is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. So people only know what they know. People only know exactly. Ignorance is bliss because you only know what you believe. No, you only know what you're told to believe. So I was always
programmed to believe.
Programmed to believe. And now there's probably some people watching this. Yeah, I'm happy with my 9 to 5. That's fine.
That's
you can.
fine.
That's fine.
That's a good
If
thing.
you're happy, being good. But when there's certain things happen in certain people's lives where they're exposed to different environments and they can see what can be achieved and what they can do and the lifestyle that can actually be accomplished by just putting some work in and just doing the stuff they love. Now I look back on something like, I couldn't think of anything worse than doing that. But that's some people's dream.
Yeah.
That's someone's dream. Went to university, worked their way up the ranks, working a corporate job, earning really good money.
We got mates like
That's
it.
still a great accomplishment.
That is. We're not taking it away from you.
Don't get twisted, guys. Like, we're not knocking anyone that's in that field that has done all of that. That's not easy, bro.
No,
like,
that's hard.
Like in a
That's graft, bro. That is graft.
You've worked in corporate. I've worked in corporate. I know I didn't even know Mert did, but Mert did. You have, and he's my guy. Resigned and shit. Resigned. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Resigned. Like, it's not easy, bro. Like, you're always constantly working towards KPIs. You're only as good as your last still.
Yep.
As soon as you don't pull your weight, you are out that door. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some companies that treat you like family, but a lot of these corporate organizations, they only keep you there. You are just a fucking number. That's why, like, you work for them for donkey years and the next day they could go, all right, see you later. I got a new person for this role. See you later. So the point is, like, it's still great, a big accomplishments if you can make up the ranks in there and get to these CEO, whatever type of management levels. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah,
fair play to you. And if that's what you want, fair play to you.
Facts.
Our dreams are just different. So this kind of goes out to anyone who wants
So
to
why
kind
it's so
of...
scary for us? Because we're now starting fresh.
Yeah.
But I love that, though. We've built
I love
this.
that.
Yeah, but
We've built this.
that's why it's so scary, because we have started afresh. And you see people like Alex Hormozy say it and stuff, and Gary Vee say it, and you go, if you're not willing to look stupid for 2 years starting something new, then you're not chasing your dream enough.
Yeah.
And probably loads of people thought we looked stupid to begin with.
Do you know what I mean? And we're just about coming up 2 years in. Just about.
Matter.
Yeah, that's mad.
We're from nothing. Never done it before. Never done a pod. Never ran it. Never ran conversations. Nothing.
You just got to be confident. And go
These
for
have been the
whatever it
best
is,
2 years
bro.
of my life, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They've been the most transitional years of my life as well. And I feel as though right at this very moment in time, we are in our biggest transition of
I think it's
in our entire life.
I think it's the biggest, like, yeah, definitely for me now, but I think it's been more of a transition for you than anyone. Because you've always been in that corporate world. I've always been familiar with YouTube.
Yeah,
I've always dipped my
maybe
toe
you're
in it. So, like,
It's the biggest culture shock ever to me. At the
yeah,
minute.
for you, this is the biggest culture shock in the world.
Makes sense, yeah.
But for me, it's not.
Proper.
I can
it's
see
not
how you're built for corporate. I can see how you're built for it. Not in a rude way.
I know. I understand
I
what
can
you're
see
saying,
how
yeah.
structured you are and you like the way things are done and you like to see the proof before, like, doing certain things and, like, I'm procrastinating for certain reasons. I can see why you're like that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, by the way. There's a lot...
You're talking about the characteristics. I've
Yeah,
been in it for 10 years.
Characteristics, maybe that's the word I was looking for. Like, I can understand why you say and do certain things that you do.
Yeah,
It's all I've known.
Yeah. That's so true. Yeah, I've never even thought about that. Yeah, I've never thought about
Have you
that.
never thought of that? I've always thought that when
No, I
you
knew
two
who-
bicker and you shout at him and then he's like, no, I want to see the fucking eggs before they hatch, X, Y, Z, the same fucking shit. I'm like, I get why he says some of the things
I get
he
it
does.
now. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
That's what I'm saying, because it's not that much of a transitional period for me. I've just literally quit my job.
dipped in and out of it.
But I've always,
dipped in and out
but
of
my
it.
head's always been in this world anyway. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My head's been in this world for like maybe the last 10 years, and more in my own world for the last 5. Do you know what I'm saying? So this for me isn't transitional. The biggest move is sorry, we're all about to go to Bali. Like, I can't even get my head around that. Like, we're actually
Getting close now.
Some people that's like, well, bruv, you're just going on holiday. Bruv, no, you don't understand.
It's not a holiday.
It's not a holiday.
It's not just a jolly up, bro. This is work. This is life.
I've quit my job.
a career.
We're risking everything.
We're
See
risking
ya.
everything for this dream that we have.
It's all on red, brev. Or black. Which one do you want?
I don't want,
Let's cover ourselves up bit by face.
I want both.
Either one, bro. That's it.
And
It's
we're
done.
30 years old. We're not spring chickens.
Yeah,
No,
same.
I'm not 30 yet, bruv.
No, yeah,
saying.
true.
No. Just because
We're
one of
not
us is
spring, but at the same time, what's the worst that can happen? What is the word? The very worst outcome is it doesn't work out. We come home, we move back indoors.
No, that ain't happening.
That's
Fuck
not
that.
happening.
I know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
Don't shout.
The worst, that is the very worst possible outcome that could ever come to fruition. Is it doesn't work out. We all move back home. We pack it up. We move back in with our parents for a bit. Get back in a corporate job and start all over again.
I hated every single word.
I don't
of it.
even-
and it awful.
I don't
That's the worst possible outcome that could possibly
I never
happen.
want to hear that come out your mouth again.
And none of this would happen if we were confident in ourselves.
Yeah,
We
for
believe
sure.
that we could do this. And you know what? End of the day, can I say something? What choice do you have? You either be confident or you don't. Like, what other choice do you have? Either be that confident person that you want to be, or you're not. And that's how you just live your life. But
So,
if you're not, then you will never get to the place you want to be. You'll never get to the levels you want to be. Like, end of the day, what choice do you have apart from either being confident or not?
There's a saying
Tell
I
me.
heard once on confidence. Yeah, it was actually about bravery, but it's pretty much the same thing, right? And it said, even when pretend to be brave, because even if you're not, people don't know the difference anyway.
Facts.
I think Rihanna said something like that.
I used to walk
So
into...
although we're confident guys and we're confident that this is going to work and we're positive that this doesn't mean we're not shitting ourselves.
Oh, absolutely shit myself.
Doesn't mean we're not behind the scenes, like talking about if, buts, maybes, eventualities, how this is going to happen, how we're going to afford this, what we need to do there, like
How much we need to make.
Do you know what I mean?
Full master fees.
Where's that going to come from? We need to do more work here. Like we're absolutely fitting it behind the scenes, thinking because the boys have said, we don't have a fallback. Like there is no mum and dad that we can call to go. Can you send us $100,000 to float us for the next 2 years? Like we've got
I
no
wish.
back. Do you know
I
what
don't
mean?
wish. No, I don't wish. I don't wish.
There is no backup.
Would be nice,
So
though.
just because we're confident, it doesn't mean we're also ourselves. But like the boys, what are we going to do? Stay in a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life?
No.
Do you know what?
Like that.
I've got. I'll paint a picture for you. So, I was 21, bought myself probably my dream car at 21. Had a lovely girlfriend, driving around in a 40 grand motor. Was in a pretty comfortable job. Like on paper, you'd look at me and be like, "He's 21, he's having it off." And then, personally, took more of a financial hit doing this, but I could probably die tomorrow. And because of the past 3 years we've had doing this, I'd die happy. But if I died at that age at 21 after buying the car, having the girlfriend, having a stable job, I wouldn't die happy.
Wow.
That's a big statement.
That's a fuck. I can see it though. I understand.
You know what I mean? So just because so don't be scared if you might have to take a little bit of a financial hit to do something that you actually want to do. You'll be happier.
Yeah, we're all about to take probably the biggest financial hits of our life.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah. And
said this-
it's taken us 10 years to get to this point.
Yeah.
And we're about to just give it all up.
I was comfortable. I was doing all right. I've just now decided to.
I said this to a guy in the gym at the lockers, some older boy. I was like, I said, I'd rather literally work for me, be able to work on my own time and go to anywhere I want to in the world with the boys. I was obviously explaining what we did and earn a couple quid a month, let's just say hypothetically 4 or 5 grand a month, and work for a corporate organisation and then like turn to 10, 15 bags.
Yeah.
All day long.
I couldn't
Every day of the week.
Every day.
All day
Every day of the
long.
week.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Every day of the week. Every day of the
I'd
week.
earn less than that and still travel with you.
Yeah, that's what you know.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, 100%.
Because I used to think, I just want to make loads of money, and we all do, but like,
Ain't it mad though? Like, you know, when we're all together, like say we're on holidays or we're just doing shit or we're partying or whatever we're doing. Have you noticed like the materialistic stuff doesn't even matter anymore?
Yeah,
when,
so
when you're
irrelevant.
in that vibe and in that environment, in that moment, materialistic stuff just disappears. It doesn't even you don't even care about it. It's only when you're on your own and you feel like you have to live up to a certain status or impress this man or that man or whatever it is, that girl. When I say man, because obviously you try to impress your peers. I don't mean in a... Anyway, you know what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is like when we're together and we're just partying and we're around girls and we're just doing our thing, we don't actually ever... I never deep material shit ever.
Bali will be the most least materialistic place that we've ever been to.
I think we'll thrive
End
so
of the
much
day,
better.
like if you strip all of that away, we still have
You
the
said
same
this
banter.
before.
Yeah, I've said
If
it.
you ship all of your value, what's it called when you have a
Possessions?
Money, possessions.
yeah, around basically, yeah, that'll do.
Assets.
Yeah,
Just everything. If you
Yeah.
strip everything away, like who's basically around you, who like, what do you actually have? I mean, Tate said this very well. It's like, you could take everything away from me tomorrow. He goes, nothing will actually change. He goes, me and like my brother and all my friends, because we're still going to be in the same environments, having the same conversations, like having the same laugh as you do, except you just up in from a financial aspect. Don't get me wrong, you want to live a good life for obvious reasons, but take away all that away, we still be the same people that we are.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to lose that, regardless of what lengths we take this to.
Because we love rocking around in good clothes here. In Bali, you'd be rocking around in a pair of swim shorts and flip flops every single day.
Couldn't give a
24/7.
fuck.
And I couldn't think, I'd rather that than anything else.
Do you know what it is? The novelty always just kind of wears off. Imagine when you first buy this phone, you put it down like that, or I gotta wipe that. And now you're just like, all right, cool. You go to the gym and you just don't give a more.
So true.
Like you buy a car in the beginning, like you take those corners a little bit more, like, oh, I don't want to scratch my alloys. Now the novelty just wears off, bro.
Yeah,
the novelty always wears off materialistic things. Like there's like a lifespan on that, where like the impact we will leave on each other, or vice versa, I leave on you. That is forever. That's forever. God forbid, like when one of us die, you're not gonna go, oh, Ozzy had so much money in his bank. You're gonna go, do you know what? Oz was such a nice guy. Look at what we built.
That's
like,
a lie.
This is how he made me feel, and like, you know what? Even though he was better looking than me, like.
I knew that was coming. I knew he was going to line up with that.
I just had to, innit? Like, that's the type of impact he left on my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I just want good people around me.
That Bali trip, God willing, will be probably I reckon that'll be the game changer for us.
Inshallah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's it, guys. Welcome to the end of the pod.
Join the right side, guys.
Like, subscribe,
Leave a comment in the comment section.
and we should see you
In the right side. Banging.
Peace.
Peace.